obviously didn't have a ton of match prep coming into this. What was your overall feeling out there today? What you couldn't get clicking the way you wanted to?
I really don't think my level was that bad, to be honest. I think I mean, all things considered, I thought I played all right. Certain things here and there that I need to do a bit better. I wasn't hitting some of the spots on my serve as good as I could have, and I could have returned a lot better as well. But a bit frustrating because a lot of times I'm not returning well. It's more like I'm having trouble just getting my racket, getting in a good place to like make contact. I felt like today I actually had a lot of returns on my racket, and I just didn't really hit it well enough, and didn't take advantage of some opportunities. And I mean, when I look back at it, it's the first 3 sets I faced one break point, and I felt like I had some chances to break him. So, I did a lot of what I'd say my job normally is. I just, failed to convert some chances, and I really should have. I was up a break in the second. I really should have started up the second, and in the end, it just wasn't able to turn it around. And I think he played amazing.
Taylor, a lot of kind of discussion between you and Mike and the team, like throughout the match, trying to figure out where to kind of set the line in terms of how aggressive you should play. So I'm kind of curious, kind of how you were seeing that, and whether or not ultimately you were pleased with kind of where you set that line.
The main thing I felt like we were kind of going back and forth about was where I wanted to stand on the first serve return on the ad side, because when I stood really far back, he was kicking me out wide and serving behind me, but I felt like when I stood up, then it got very tough to, I had a lot less time to, like, before the serve got to me, so I felt like I was making more mistakes, and I felt like if I didn't hit a good return, then my court positioning, I'd be too far up. It'd be too easy for him to kind of hurt me on the first ball. So, Mike wanted me to step up, and I felt like when I stepped up, it was good for him. He would miss more first serves because he would go for more instead of just kind of kicking in a first serve. But I also felt like when he made the first serve, I didn't have as good of a play on it as when I was standing back. So I ultimately felt like I could stand back. I just had to do a better job of returning, and that's sometimes the conversation I have with Mike is sometimes we have to identify if something's not working, if it's the strategy that's not working, or it's just me that's not executing the strategy well enough. And I thought that's what this particular issue was. I felt like I had my racket on a lot of these returns, and it was more I wasn't winning points, but I didn't really want to change it because I felt like I could do better.
Taylor, just wondering if when kind of looking at the course of your season and where you entered the clay court season, your knee and everything like that, if there's a silver lining here in terms of that now you kind of just get to have lots of time off to prepare for the grass, if you guys are thinking about it that way at all. And then just wondering if you did have to think about the knee at all today or how that's feeling.
Yeah, I mean, I feel it like here and there a little bit, but, all things considered, I think it feels pretty good right now. Obviously, I don't know if it's a false sense of security I'm having because I'm obviously taking anti-inflammatories to like make sure I feel good. So I don't actually know if, that's the reason it feels so good or it's actually, it is obviously better. It definitely got better, but, I don't know how it would actually feel right now. And it is nice. I'm going to get, more time now to keep going back to the rehab and keep getting it better, and hopefully, because I think grass is going to be a real test for it. There's so many choppy steps. It's really tough on the patella, and that's kind of where I feel like last year the knee started kind of getting worse for me. So I think grass is going to be a big test, and it is what it is. I feel like I was kind of in a similar situation last year. I wasn't injured the whole clay court season. I was only injured I missed a couple weeks, and then came back and, didn't win a lot of matches. And I think I lost first round French Open, and I went into grass court season, I think somewhere like 20-something in the race. And so kind of in a similar situation this year. So hoping I can turned around like I did last year, and that's the good thing is I'm in a very similar spot to what I did where I was at last year, and I made it work last year. So
Yeah, I was wondering, you probably knew coming into this tournament that this scenario was a possibility more than on other occasions. I was wondering, did you have a B plan on what you're going to do next in case this was the outcome of the match? And do you know what the next 2 weeks kind of have for you?
I mean, no, I mean, I obviously knew that, like, yeah, I haven't played a lot of matches. I'm a bit rusty. I still, like I said, I think I played, I really think I played all right today. I think I played better today than I did in my first round loss last year here. So, I do think I'm finding a bit of rhythm, and, I never really thought about what the plan was if I didn't do well. I mean, it's kind of just like easy if you're an American. It's like if you win 3 rounds of French Open, you're probably going to stay over in Europe. If you don't win 3 rounds, then you go home. So, like I said, I already have a blueprint from last year. I lost first round, and whatever I did last year worked really well for me going into the grass court season. So I think I'll probably just stick to that.
Anything else? Last one?
I'm sure you've been aware of hit with Nishesh before. This is the biggest win for
Actually,
him.
haven't.
Okay. Well, you certainly know who he is.
Yeah,
You're saying
of
he's been in the pipeline for a while. What impressed you about his game today? 'Cause this was a big day for him.
I mean, he played incredibly well. I mean, the biggest thing was just the drop shots were crazy. Like, he's hitting drop shots. For typically when someone's drop shotting me too much, I kind of just tell myself, okay, I need to hit the ball deeper. I mean, he's hitting insane drop shots, like off balls that are landing on the baseline. So it's yeah. I mean, he killed me with that, and there's not really much I can do about it. Like I said, when I feel like he's just hitting insane drop shots off of crazy shots to hit drop shots off of. So yeah, it is what it is. He really cooked me with the drop shots today. I was very impressed with his feel.